The last promise. Rain fell softly over the small town of Ashbrook. The streets were quiet. The old houses stood close together. In one tiny home at the end of Willow Lane lived a woman named Clara and her 12-year-old son, Ethan. Their house was small. The roof leaked during heavy rain. The walls had faded paint. But every morning, the smell of warm bread and fresh tea filled the little kitchen. Clara always smiled. Even when life was difficult. "Wake up, sleepyhead," she called gently. Ethan rubbed his eyes. "5 more minutes, Mom." "You said that yesterday. And the day before." They laughed together. It was a simple life. But it was full of love. Clara worked at a neighborhood bakery. She woke before sunrise every day. Her hands carried tiny scars from years of baking. She never complained. Every dollar she earned went toward Ethan's school, food, and rent. She never bought anything for herself. One afternoon Ethan noticed something. His mother's shoes had worn out soles. Rainwater slipped inside whenever she walked. "Mom," he said quietly, "why don't you buy new shoes?" She smiled. "These still work. They're broken. They're only old." Ethan knew she was hiding the truth. There wasn't enough money. That night he couldn't sleep. He stared at the ceiling. He made himself a promise. One day, he would give his mother the life she deserved. Years passed. Ethan became one of the best students in school. He loved science. His teachers believed he had a bright future. One afternoon, the principal called him into the office. "You've been selected for a national scholarship." Ethan could hardly breathe. The scholarship would pay for a famous university in another city. It was the opportunity of a lifetime. He ran home with tears of joy. "Mom." Clara looked up from washing dishes. "What happened?" "I got the scholarship." For a moment she simply stared. Then she hugged him tightly. "I'm so proud of you." Her voice trembled. That night Ethan noticed she stayed awake long after midnight. She sat alone by the window, looking into the darkness. He didn't know she was crying. Not because she was sad. Because she knew he would soon leave. Months later the day finally came. The bus waited outside. Ethan carried one small suitcase. Clara handed him a neatly folded lunch. "I made your favorite sandwiches." He smiled. "You always do." She fixed his collar. "You'll meet many people. You'll face many problems. But never forget who you are." "I won't." "And call me every Sunday." "I promise." She kissed his forehead. The bus pulled away. Clara waved until it disappeared around the corner. Then she walked home alone. The house had never felt so empty. University life was exciting. New friends. New ideas. New opportunities. Ethan worked hard. He graduated with honors. Soon a technology company offered him an excellent job. The salary was more money than he had ever imagined. He called his mother immediately. "Mom, I got the job." "I knew you would." "I'll visit next month." "I'll be waiting." But next month became 2 months. Then 6 months. Then a year. Work became busier. Meetings. Deadlines. Business trips. Every Sunday call became shorter. Sometimes only 2 minutes. Sometimes forgotten completely. Clara never complained. Whenever neighbors asked, she smiled proudly. My son is doing wonderful things. Every birthday she baked his favorite cake. Even when he couldn't come home. One winter evening Clara fainted while returning from the market. A passerby called an ambulance. The doctor examined her carefully. You need treatment. It cannot wait. Clara nodded quietly. How much will it cost? The doctor told her. She lowered her eyes. It was more money than she had. She thanked him politely. Then she went home. She never called Ethan. She didn't want to interrupt his important work. Weeks later, Ethan received a message from an old neighbor. Your mother hasn't been feeling well. He frowned. Why hadn't she told him? He called immediately. I'm fine, Clara answered cheerfully. Just a little tired. Are you sure? Of course. You should rest. I will. He believed her. He returned to work. Months passed. One afternoon Ethan's phone rang again. This time it was the hospital. You should come as soon as possible. His heart stopped. The flight felt endless. When he reached the hospital, Clara looked smaller than he remembered. Her face was pale. But her smile was exactly the same. You came. I'm sorry, Mom. You don't need to apologize. I should have visited. You were building your future. She reached for his hand. It was always worth it. Tears rolled down Ethan's face. He looked around the room. There was an old cloth bag beside the bed. What is this? For you. He opened it. Inside was every birthday card he had ever sent. Every school certificate. Every childhood drawing. Every letter. Even tiny paper stars he had folded as a little boy. She had kept everything. Every memory. Every piece of him. I couldn't throw them away, she whispered. They reminded me you were never truly far. Ethan broke down crying. He realized something painful. He had been chasing success, while the person who loved him most had been quietly waiting. The next morning he visited the doctor. What treatment does she need? The doctor explained everything. It isn't too late. Ethan didn't hesitate. I'll pay for all of it. The treatment lasted many months. Ethan requested a transfer. He found a position in a nearby city. It paid less. His friends thought he was making a mistake. You'll lose career opportunities. You'll earn less. Ethan smiled. There are things more valuable than promotions. Every morning he drove Clara to therapy. He cooked meals. They walked slowly through the neighborhood park. Sometimes they said nothing. They simply enjoyed being together. Little by little Clara grew stronger. One spring afternoon they sat beneath a blooming cherry tree. Do you remember, Ethan asked, your old shoes? She laughed softly. The ones with holes? I remember asking why you never bought new ones. And I remember pretending everything was fine. He reached into a shopping bag. I've wanted to do this for years. Inside was a beautiful pair of comfortable shoes. Clara touched them gently. They're lovely. You walked through life carrying me. Now let these carry you. She smiled through tears. You've already given me everything. No. You gave me everything first. Years later, Ethan became successful again. Not because he worked longer hours, but because he finally understood balance. He built a small technology company in his hometown. He hired local people. He created flexible schedules so parents could spend time with their children. Above the office entrance stood a simple wooden sign. Family comes first. Visitors often asked why. Ethan always smiled. Because someone once sacrificed everything for me. Clara lived long enough to watch grandchildren fill the same little house with laughter. The roof no longer leaked. The walls were freshly painted. But one thing never changed. Every morning the smell of warm bread filled the kitchen. Just like before. One evening Clara watched the sunset from the porch. Ethan. Yes, Mom? I never needed a big house. I never needed expensive things. The greatest gift you ever gave me. She paused. Was coming home. Ethan gently held her hand. I should have come sooner. She smiled peacefully. But you came. Sometimes love does not ask for riches. It does not ask for perfect words. It simply waits. Patiently. Quietly. Faithfully. And when we finally understand its value, it has already shaped every part of our lives. Moral of the story asterisk. Asterisk, a mother's love asks for nothing, gives everything, and remains faithful through every season of life. Success means little if we forget the heart that first believed in us, asterisk.